Happy Monday, my cuties. I am so happy to see you. I can't believe it's already May 18th. We have officially been doing virtual learning for over 2 months. We had our first video on March 16th, and we have been rocking it pretty much every single day since. So I'm so proud of you. We have less than 3 weeks of third grade academics left together. I can't believe it. And even though we did it virtually, we're still a team, and you guys have done such an amazing job. If you see actually right behind me here, that is both of these and the ones above them are art that was done by one of my best friends. This is Williamsburg, Brooklyn. So this is the area, the neighborhood that I lived in before I moved to Michigan. And this is where I taught 4th grade in this little town here. And then this is the big house. So if you've ever been to a Michigan football game, she drew those for me. And I thought you would be interested to see what they were and why she drew them. Let's do a few shout outs. Thank you so much to people who are still commenting. Like, I can't tell you how much joy it gives me to know that you're doing every single thing that you possibly can do to do your best. And that is truly the definition of being perfect. To be able to look your friends in the eye, to be able to look yourself in the eye before you go to bed and say, I did every single thing I possibly could do to do my best as a 3rd grader today, especially during times like these. So shout out to London. London, you said May 11th was perfect. Was May 11th your birthday? Let us know, comment. If so, we want to say happy birthday to you. Morgan, awesome job. I hope you got into Raz Kids. Let me know if you need help. Suraj, awesome. Thank you so much for commenting what you got on your spelling test. 14 out of 15. That is actually amazing for virtual learning. Thank you for voting on which book you wanted to read. Carter, 13 out of 15. Amazing. Like, honestly, stunning for spelling. Thank you for voting for which book you wanted. Samuel, thank you for voting which book you wanted. Cody, thank you for voting which book you wanted. And Lexi, thank you for voting for which book you wanted. So we're going to go over today, we're going to go over the math story, and then we're going to read What Would You Do with a Chance, because that had the most votes. And we're going to read just part of it. And what's the other announcement that I have? Remember that moving forward, I'm doing YouTube videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tomorrow we have our live class via Google Classroom at 2:30 p.m. We are going to be doing a scavenger hunt. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look yet, but Miss Harris's class did it and they said it was super fun. So we're gonna do that as well. And there are 2 competitions going on this week. I haven't even sent an email, so if you're watching this video, you are way above and ahead of everyone else, so you get a huge head start. There's gonna be the same Raz Kids competition, so whoever has the most minutes this week will get a prize and a letter from me, and Dreambox as well. So whoever has the most minutes in Dreambox will also get a prize. So there's going to be 2 winners this week, 1 for ELA and 1 for math. Sound good? Today you had Math Story 11.7 sandwiches, and it was Shelly ate 2/3 of her sandwich and Debbie ate 2/4 of her sandwich. Who ate more of their sandwich? How do you know? So there's 2 answers to this question. You need to know who ate more of their sandwich and how do you know that, okay? So as strong mathematicians, we're always using more than one strategy. 1, because we need to get to an answer, of course, but 2, because we want to double check our work. So there's 2 strategies I'm going to show you. First is a strategy using a simple model, right? With a whole that is exactly the same size and comparing the sizes. So that looks like this. We have Shelly's, whose sandwich is the same, whole sandwich is the same size as Debbie's whole sandwich. However, Shelly's sandwich is cut into 3 separate pieces, 1, 2, 3, and Debbie's is cut into 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, shown by the denominator here, right? We have 2/3 for Shelly and 2/4 for Debbie, which is the total amount of pieces, and it also helps us understand what the size of the piece will be. Shelly ate 2/3 of her sandwich. So I had all 3 pieces and I shaded in 2 of them to represent the 2/3 that Shelly ate. I cut Debbie's sandwich into 4 pieces. I also highlighted 2 of them, so they're each eating 2 pieces, but the size of their piece is different. Now, if I were to literally put these side by side and compare them, I can see that Shelly ate more than Debbie. So this is using a model to compare, and I can tell that Shelly ate more. The second strategy for comparison is to make both of these fractions, 2/3 and 2/4, have the same denominator. If I do that, I can compare the numerators and see which is larger. So as you can see, I put both fractions because I know they can both make a denominator of 12. What I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. I know that in order to go from 3 to 12, I need to multiply 3 by 4. And in order to go from 2, or what I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So I have to do 2 times 4 gets me 8. So I know that 2/3 is equivalent to 8/12. Now, if I want to use comparing with a common denominator, that means I need to have the same denominator. I need to make 2/4 have 12ths as well. I know that 4 times 3 equals 12. What I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. In order to do that, I need to multiply 2 by 3, and I get 6/12. So I know that 2/3 is equivalent to 8/12, and 2/4 is equivalent to 6/12. I have another strategy that shows me that 8/12 are bigger. So I have 2/3 is bigger for the common denominator, and I have 2/3 is bigger for the model. So my answer is that Shelly ate more, and I know this by using a model and a common denominator strategy. Yes? Do you see why I chose 12 as my common denominator? Because I know that 3 and 4 can both make 12. Does that make sense? Okay, let me know if you have questions, comment them below. Bubba says hi. Misses you guys. So go ahead and get comfy. I chose to sit on the couch today because I thought it would be a little bit easier for you to see the book itself. We're going to read a couple of pages of this, and then we'll read the rest of it this week. What do you do with a chance? What do you do with a chance? One day, I got a chance. It just seemed to show up. It acted like it knew me, as if it wanted something. I didn't know why it was here. What do you do with a chance? I wondered. It fluttered around me. It brushed up against me. It circled me as if it wanted me to grab it. I started to reach for it, but I was unsure and pulled back. And so it flew away. I thought about it a lot. I wished I had taken my chance. I realized I had wanted it, but I still didn't know if I had the courage. Think about what courage means. When another chance came around, I wasn't so sure, but I decided to try. Oh, this looks so cute. I went to reach for it, but I missed and fell. I was embarrassed. I felt foolish. It seemed like everyone was looking at me. I decided I never wanted to feel this way again. So after that, whenever a chance came along, I ignored it. And the more I ignored them, the less they came around. you starting to get what's happening here. Until one day, I noticed I hadn't seen a chance in quite a while. It was as if they had all disappeared. I started to worry. What if I don't get another chance? I know I acted like I didn't care, but the truth was I did. I still wanted to take a chance, but I was afraid. And I wasn't sure if I would ever be brave enough. I love how this book is talking about chances and like almost kind of like a tangible physical thing that you can grasp at or not. It's making it's a very interesting comparison to what like a chance would be like in real life. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Guys, it's May 18th. Can you believe it? I haven't seen you in so long. I miss you guys so much. I hope that you work hard for those competitions this week, especially if you were someone that was really close to it last week. I hope you pulled through. And if you weren't able to sign on to Raz Kids or whatever for whatever reason last week and now you have it all set up, I hope you hit the ground running early this week and get those minutes in.